Okay, so I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper. Um, if you watch my last video, which I think you should, if you're highly sensitive, highly emotional, you have intrusive thoughts, your nervous system is out of whack, you're dealing with addiction, things that you don't. Even though I didn't really touch base on addiction in my last video, if it's something that you deal with, maybe there might be something in that video that might help you. So I wanted to touch bases on how highly sensitive girlies, because I don't want to like make it like a bad thing or anything like that. Highly empathetic people, highly emotional people show up in relationships and mainly in friendships, like how they show up. So, in a lot of my friendships, I will show up as foundational support, highly supportive of my friends. Um, if you were to go and kill your ex-boyfriend, or you wanted to go kill somebody, you would bring me. I'm not condoning killing people or anything in this such. I'm just saying, like, I am a highly supportive person when it comes to my friends, right? So because I show up as one, I show up as foundation, and two, I'm very supportive of people in general. So in my last video, I touched on stoicism and how I've always had a stoic look about me. I'm 29 years old right now, and I've always had a stoic look about me. Very, very like strong, like poised persona about me, right? And it can be intimidating. And what that look gives off to people is that I have it under control. I am able to handle things in my life that probably the average person wouldn't be able to do. A lot of the things that I've been through or that I've done, a lot of my friends haven't done it. They're not wired to do it. And I'm not saying that I'm better than them because I can do things that they can't. But I just have I have a higher capacity to do more stressful jobs. Like I said, like I'm just wired for certain things that a lot of women are not wired for. And I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. But so because I put myself in positions that normally people cannot relate to unless we're in the same field, um, there's going to be a cutoff of grace that I receive from majority of people. The grace that I'm able to give people in my life, they're not able to give it to me because like they don't have the capacity. I have the capacity. So I'm able to juggle a lot of things at once. I'm juggling my emotions. I'm juggling like the things that I've been through, because when you're highly sensitive, highly emotional, like you tend to carry things on you. You tend to carry a lot of baggage on you that you can't get rid of because you became the emotion. You became the you became the situation. You're no longer just standing as yourself anymore. You're standing as these things. And it's a terrible trait to have. Really, really terrible trait to have, because you start thinking that you're all of these bad things that you've been through, and it's like you're not, because like who is Danielle without the hurt or the pain or the situation that happened 10 years ago? Like who I'm still standing here. Those things aren't here, but they're in my head. So a lot of the times people cannot give the grace that I can give them because they don't have the capacity to do it. They're not empathetic like me. There's very few empathetic people around me. I've had sympathetic people around me, but as far as being empathetic, no. Absolutely not. So a lot of the times in friendships, I don't really cut friends off. I don't really cut people off. I get cut off a lot as far as friends because I think I get cut off a lot from friendships because, one, we probably shouldn't have even been friends. There's that. Two, I have the capacity to hold people to a certain degree. They don't have the capacity to hold it to me. So once I'm done showing up as foundational support for people and like I have shifted, because I do shift, it just takes a lot for me to shift. They can't handle it. So when I start coloring outside the lines or coloring outside of who this person thinks I am, and I start showing up a little bit more emotional, I start showing up a little bit more wrecked, I start showing up a little bit all over the place, they can't handle it. They can't handle it. Um, so yeah. I'm looking as if I can deal with all of these certain capacities in life when I can't. My nervous system has the capacity for it because it's like, because it's impaired. It's highly impaired. So it's used to the heartbeat. Like, it's used to the anxiety, it's used to the depression, it's used. The depression aspect is actually kind of insane now that I think about it because I'm so wired for highly intense situations, highly intense emotions. I will operate in a way, and I'm not even realizing that like maybe you're just really depressed. Maybe you're just really sad. Maybe you're just really anxious, and it's really hard for me to communicate because my my emotions are so intense, and a lot of the times like I'm dealing with the intensity and not the words. I'm dealing with the intensity of the things that I'm going through and not the words. So like I might come off and be like, I might be talking like this. Like, yeah, such and such this happened and you know, like, but I'm and like the whole time my insides are like bubbling up. Boiling like a bottle of champagne that's about to freaking explode. So yeah. That's how I show up in a lot of my friendships. But it's life. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. Oh well.